Welcome to Probate Weekly. I'm Bill Gross, your host at Bill Gross Probate on social media. Normally we do an interview, and all the other episodes, most of them are interviews, but once in a while I like to do content. And because we don't have the live interaction we used to on Zoom calls, the most common question I get asked by agents, at least once a week, is how do I start my probate business? And it's whether you're brand new starting in the business or an established agent looking to add probate to your business, the fundamentals are the same. And so today we're going to talk about the 7 steps to building your probate business without spending any money. You've got to invest some time. Any business, you invest time and or money. We can get started and build a great business really without spending a lot of money or any money other than you are right now. And let's go through that. Now, the first step, before we change anything, we always have to start with step 1 is our mindset. The longest journey starts with a space between our ears. Because if we don't have that right, all the activity isn't going to be correct. So I'm going to give you 5 mindsets to keep in mind. 5 different things to focus on, 5 different ideas that might be different to what you're doing. One is from Tom Brady, which is how hard this is. It's going to be hard to build a great business in probate or anything else. And it should be. Anything that's easy would be copied or competed for with other people. And so you have to decide in which direction you want to go that's hard, right? It's not about whether or not this is hard and that's easy. It's they're all hard. Anything worthwhile is effort, time, energy, focus. But you got to decide that you're committed to that, and this is the way you want to go. So the first thing is resolve yourself to the fact is it's going to be hard. I get asked the question all the time, what's the easiest way to get probate leads? I don't know. I don't know an easy way. I know an easier way over the long run, which is work hard every day up front, and over time it gets easier. So number 1 is resolving yourself to the fact it's going to be hard. Number 2, it's going to take a lot more than you think. We think if I just talk to another 3 or 4 or 5 people, if I get one attorney, it's going to change my business from referrals. It doesn't work that way. Whether you're getting attorney referrals as a realtor or an attorney getting referrals from real estate agents or other professionals, whatever number you have to get more is going to take a lot more than you think. That's why I love Grant Cardone's 10X philosophy. In fact, the book is there in my bookcase. It's covered up, but back there somewhere. And I have a little 10X pad on my desk here all the time that I look at to remind me that whatever I want to accomplish is probably 10 times more contacts, work. I wanted to double my business last year. I wanted to replace, I should say, half my marketing, which was going to networking events. And so I had to launch not just one more podcast, because Probate Week was half my business, but I launched 3 new podcasts, because it's at least 3 times the work. And I'm doing more work up front to see if I can generate that business. And I believe on track I will. It's 10 times more than you would ever imagine. Resign yourself to that. You have to talk to 10 times more people. You got to email out 10 times as much. You have to go to 10 times as many court meetings. You have to go to 10 times as many networking events. It's not 1 a month. It's probably 2 or 3 a week for for 90 days or so to get started. So that's number 2. It's more than you think. Number 3 is it's all about listings. If you're in real estate, listers last. And so you got to get out of the buyer mindset of working with investors. It's just a waste of time for the most part. Now they call me and I'm polite, and obviously my listings, I want to sell them. But in general, we're looking for people who can refer us business where property has to be sold, and as real estate agents, that's what we're looking for. And in any business, you want to make sure you're focused on the right part of the business. Number 4 mindset is find ways to be of service. Look for problems to solve. The money we get paid is a reflection of the value we create for other people. And the way we do that is solving their problem. If you don't know how to ask questions of people, think about what's their problem and how can I solve it? Or ask them, what is their problem? To learn about it if you don't know what it is. But as real estate agents, many of us are trained, like I was with Mike Ferry, and the training was like avoid any questions other than I have to sell my house. And it'd be nice if all day long I could just talk to people ready to sell the house. But much more commonly, people call me with problems. I solve the problem and earn their respect and their appreciation and do business with them. So I'm looking for people's problems to solve. In probate, there's all kinds of problems. There's where do we file the probate? How do we get the money for the probate? I'm fighting with my brother on the probate. There's a squatter. My brother's in the house. There's a million problems. And when you learn how to solve those problems, that's how you get paid. Number 5 is we want to build business systems and procedures. It's It's how, not who. I'm sorry, who, not how. Who can we delegate this problem to? What system can we delegate the problem to rather than us have to do it all ourselves? I have a team of people. I don't do all the work myself. In many cases, I don't go to the property to meet the locksmith. I don't put the sign on. I have people who do that. But I create systems to make it efficient for me and them. So we all have a win-win, and more importantly, and most importantly, the customer as well. So those are the 5 mindsets to start with. It's going to be hard. It's 10 times more than you think. You want to list. You want to focus on listings. You want to find ways to solve problems. And number 5 is you want to look to build systems. Okay, now number 2, on how to build your probate business is research your market. You know, information will bring you the solutions. So trying to solve customers' problems, and we're looking for customers with problems to solve, we want to research those people who have problems and what problems they have. So here's, I'm going to give you 5 different free tools, if you're a real estate agent already, on how to research your market. One is your online county resources. Whatever county you're in, search the county probate court, like Orange County Probate Court, Los Angeles County Probate Court, and there'll be online resources. The website, there's local rules, how to search cases in many cases. In some cases you can look at online. Whatever information is there, you need to know. Because if you know everything there is online in your county, you've already moved ahead of your prospects and many attorneys. Many attorneys don't know about those resources. That's the first step. That's free. Number 2 is go to the county court. It typically costs nothing to go there. Maybe gas money. Maybe you got to take a train or a bus or something. I don't know. But you got to park. Go to the county courthouse. Find out when probate court hearings are held, different types of probate court hearings. Sometimes they're held in different courtrooms, different court buildings, different days of the week. Find out those realities. So when your customer or attorney asks you, you know the answer. Also, you can go there. You can meet people in probate. You can meet attorneys. I've had friends who go to court and meet clerks who refer them business. I've had people meet judges who refer them business. So number 2 is go to the county court. Number 3, if you're a realtor, research in your multiple listing service. Now, I'm in the combined LA West Side, CLAW. We actually have a checkbox for probate, yes or no, and court confirmation, yes or no. Most MLSs don't have that. Most of them have a specific block for probate, but they all have a keyword. Or you can research the words in the subject line, the text for probate. And so whatever your MLS rules are, whatever your MLS system is, and you might call the help desk to find out. Find out every listing you can that has probate involved with it. And by doing that, take a look at, get the one-liner and see who the listing agent is getting most of them. What brokerage are they with? Do they sell their own listings? That would be a clue. Do they have team members? You can then, now you have the property, you can go check public records and see how long was it from the probate case filed until the closing. I did that, a lot of that kind of research. So you both are looking for the agents, how they sell, what comments do they put in the MLS, what are the best comments, what are the worst, and then you can reverse engineer where the properties came from in many cases and find out who the attorney was working with that. And I found out a couple of those relationships, so I didn't waste my time chasing those. Those are good agents. Those attorneys are connected. I'll just avoid marketing to them and go to the other ones that aren't as committed. So the MLS is a great source of information for all real estate agents on learning your probate business. Number 4 is YouTube, of course. I'm on YouTube at Bill Gross Probate. I have Probate Weekly, I have Estate Planning Weekly, I have the Reverse Mortgage Podcast, I have a real estate market I do as well. But there's other people who do probate as well. Search probate and your city, probate and your county, probate and your state, probate real estate. You can search it in Google and you can search it in YouTube to get different answers. So look for videos from attorneys. There are many attorneys in almost every county that explain the laws in that state and in many cases the procedures in that county. So YouTube is, I think, the best resource to learn. And also you see if there are competitors. That's why I stepped into the space. I saw that the top agents were not putting out the content that I could compete with. Now, since I've done this, there's 1 or 2 that have copied or do similar things to me, but they're way behind me and they're not going to catch me from behind. So notice what is there and try to fill the niche. In my case, I found there was a lot of content on probate, but not anything on the interview format, talking to investors and leaders and attorneys in particular. So that's why I went to that format. So you can find out attorneys, competitors, and vendors in your market. Once you know certain vendors, see who works in your market, who provides the probate bonds in your area, who provides insurance on vacant houses in your area. See if they have YouTube information as well, talking about probate, trust, litigation, real estate. So that's number 4. We have online, check your county, go to your county courthouse, go to the MLS, research on YouTube. And then number 5 is a great resource, Executorium, EXECUTORIUM.com, Executorium. It is, in fact, I'm going to put it into the chat box because it's such an amazing tool. Now, full disclosure, I actually launched a podcast because I found this resource so valuable that not only am I on it, I offer my vendors to post on it for free to market themselves. And I contacted vendors on there I wasn't working with to get more business. Whatever county you're in, put yourself in. Now you have a good reason to call every attorney is promoting Executorium that they should be on it. Every estate planning attorney, they should be on it. Every vendor you work with should be on it that fits into servicing trustees and estates. Great resource both to learn about vendors and, more importantly, a resource you can offer to your vendors, just like I am to you, to add the vendors on there as a way to help them build their business. So that's number 5 on how to research. Again, online, your county and state on probate, going to the courthouse, your MLS, YouTube, and executorium.com. Okay, number 3 steps on how to build your business, and this is the one that everybody resists. This is the one that if you don't do it, you will not build a business. And if you do it, you have the possibility for free of getting your business up and running right away. This is the key of all keys. And like I said, most people, when I call them, they go, yeah, but isn't there something else I can do? Can I just buy the data, pay someone to make phone calls, and then wait for the listings? The answer is no. There's no solution without you talking to people that know, like, and trust you. Now, you can cold call and get people to know you, like you, and trust you. Or you can talk to people who know, like, and trust you and see if they have business for you, or enhance the relationship so when they do have business, they raise your hand and ask for help. And that's why the most important step is to get everybody you know in your database. You have to have your contact database, your COI database, your SOI, your METs, your client list, whatever you want to call it. Everybody you know, their name, address, phone number, email address, social media, whichever one you connected with, make sure they're in there as well. And I always ask agents, how many people in your database? And I would ask the same for attorneys who are trying to build their market. This is the biggest mistake they make also. How many in your database? And the answer is a number. When somebody says, well, you know, I'm new, I'm this, I'm that. No. Whatever it is, that's your business. And then you add to it every day. Everybody you talk to goes in that database. I don't care if you're brand new and you have 3. You got your hair yesterday, you dropped your kid off at school, met the security guard. There's 2. You got to start somewhere. Your landlord or the neighbor. And then also your social friends. Everybody goes in there, and you all poo-poo this. This is where I built my business because, frankly, 2 things happen. One, the first deals you get are from those people, and that gives you momentum to get other business from strangers. And second, in my experience, the best business I got were people in my database who I didn't know were in my database. One was a woman who was the administrator of a large estate. Another was an attorney that I knew as an attorney for 25 years. I know he did probate. He's a civil litigator. Well, civil litigators, when they win the case, oftentimes the client's passed and they need a probate to collect. And so 2 of my best clients, and then one of my best friends is a professional fiduciary. I helped him get into the business. I helped refer him some business, but again, in my database. And over time, because we were friends, he saw my content. So when it came time to be able to give business to me, he understood who I was. This is the make or break step. I don't care if it's in a shoebox, so it's a little dangerous, an Excel spreadsheet, in your Google contacts, it could be on your phone, but you have to be able to call everybody there, email everybody there, mail people when appropriate. Most real estate companies give you a free CRM product to use. It should be in there. You should be able to email everybody in that list content on a regular basis. If you're a real estate agent, weekly. So we want to have in there again their name, their address, mailing address, their email address, their phone number, and then social media connections so you can see if they're connected or not. And then I have other factors like are you in my COI or not? Some people I take out, like different vendors, front desk people who aren't going to do business with me. I put them as a no. I put people in, I went to USC, my alma mater. I put yes or no. They went to college at my college. I'm Jewish. If they're Jewish, I put yes. I send out sometimes, once or twice a year, some Jewish-related content. Whatever it is that they're commercial agents. You can put other factors in there, but you got to start with something. And then step 4 is you have to create regular content. Content is just communicating with the people you care about. Now, in real life, if you're married, you talk to your spouse. You've got a plan to talk to your spouse. You have Mother's Day, you have your anniversary, you have your birthday. Hopefully you have more than that, right? I'm a religious Jew. We bring flowers to our wives every week. That's part of the communication strategy. But you have to do more than that, right? Same with your kids, same with your friends. So sometimes I just call people. I have an elderly uncle I call every week. You have to have a system to call people. Same with your customers. You have to have a system to communicate with them that's posting content that they find of value. Not, hey, I'm a great realtor. Not, I'm in the top 10. Not, I listed a house. But information that they want to see. Information that's interesting to them. Now, not all of it is going to be interesting to them. I post a lot of content in real estate that people watch it because they like me more than the content. That's okay. That's because we have a relationship. We have to post content regularly. And so what you do is you want to research and reformat other content, other people's content, and you want to create your own from vendors. Now, there's a lot of different resources you can use. Executorium has 2 great on the bottom tabs. In fact, let me just bring it up real fast to show you guys Executorium. It's just a fantastic place that everybody can go to, I think, and start as far as building their content. So when you go there, you'll find this is the directory I talked about that you should all be listed in. But if you go to the main screen, you see these bottom 2 pieces, articles and learning. And if you just click on it, he is glad to have you repurpose these articles. He is glad to have you take this and summarize it and link to it. That's why he put it here for you to repurpose it. And then there's also learning the other pieces. So this is the way you can take their content, and all you have to do is click on it and just copy and paste the link and just type something in your Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram. Here's a great article on Form 706 on the generation skipping transfer return, which may be of interest to accountants or people in your world. I don't know. You find something that interests you. Not that interests me, but you find something that interests you. So you just go down this list. What's the state registry? This is a service you might want to promote to your customers. Estate administration services professionals, whole business in that area. Should I take my executor's fee or not? Every executor is going to ask that question. Guide to donation, how to donate property. What's a probate bond? Here's one, guns. If you enjoy guns, here's a way to combine your hobby of guns with practically what happens in a probate when there's guns. What do you do with them? And that's a real issue. I live in Los Angeles. It's a real issue. So those are things you can do to repurpose other people's contents. And there's other sources. My website, other people have websites with content that you can repurpose and use as your own as long as you attribute it to somebody else. So that's number 4 is create regular content. Now, as you continue, you want to learn, and from these learning sources, you get more content, regular education, regular accountability. And I'm going to give you kind of 5 different places where you can get education at no or low cost. They offer free, and then you can pay for more. One's probatemastery.com. They have a free call every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Every single week, probatemastery.com has a free call. Why are you not on there if you're trying to learn how to learn this business for free? Probate Weekly, my podcast. It's at Bill Gross Probate. You can see it regularly. Go to probateweekly.com and sign up and get reminders. We broadcast new episodes every Thursday morning. Alltheleads.com has a podcast every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, free. Go on there. They have other content you can pay for. Also on Facebook, there's all kinds of probate-related material. I have a probate group there, Probate Weekly, where I post and other people post their content as well. So you want to have a system where you're regularly, maybe put in your calendar every week to check each of these podcasts. I put Probate Mastery and all the leads in my calendar every week. I don't watch it every week live, but often I'll watch it on replay. But it's in my calendar every week. It's not blocked out on my calendar because that time is free in case something else comes up. But it's a reminder that I need to learn every single week from those resources because they're great. So that's number 5, regular education and accountability, because if you're showing up regularly, people are more likely to send you referrals. I get referrals from other agents all the time. Number 6, now that you have your database built up, we want to be putting people into that database regularly. We have to have some networking events to add into it. So there's real estate networking events. There's regular sales events, LATIP, BNI, Chamber of Commerce is a great one. Whatever you enjoy. Don't go there, though, just to meet people. Go there because you like the organization, because you want to support it. And while you're there, part of the natural process is meeting people who may want to do some business with you. So go to those events, schedule them. In Southern California, we have a lot of real estate events. All around the country, there's plenty of them. You can go into Eventbrite and search them. You can go to meetup.com and search them. Do Google searches. Find regular, I like the ones that are regular, weekly, monthly, that you can go to. Put in your calendar and show up regularly and participate. And that will help you build your business regularly. Now, the last tip is, the last stage, once you've learned the basics, once you've built your database, you're contributing to your database with the content, you're adding to it by the networking, the next is you have to find your super niche, meaning probate really isn't a niche. It's too broad. It crosses over too many different areas. You really want to go deeper than that and be an expert in one area of probate. So for example, I try to be the expert on the legal aspects in LA County of probate. Now, that doesn't mean I don't do other counties. It doesn't mean I don't solve other problems. But that's where I want to be the expert. I want attorneys to go, wow, Bill really knows how to sell a property that needs court confirmation in LA better than anybody. We need to use him. That's what I'm looking for. Other ones could be legal non-probate, like how to get things filed, could be how to get legal help, like paralegals inexpensively. That's another one. Seniors, the whole world of seniors, senior relocation, senior services, nursing homes. Personal property, there's people who specialize in auctions and sales, and they get contacted by estates and they find out kind of in the back way to get the house sold that way. Estate planning is a great super niche. If you called everybody in your database, and I've done a video on this, and either those who have a plan, ask them, is it up to date? Do they like their planner? If they do, can I refer people to you? If they don't, I can refer you to somebody who can help you. And if they don't have a plan, refer them to one of the people that you've met. I do a whole hour on that subject alone. How do you use estate planning to build your business? That's a 2-minute summary of it. But that's a super niche. Wealth management is another super niche. Accountants, registered investment advisors, bankers, because they often deal with trusts and estates and that kind of, and they need help in the area. And accounting, accountants, CPAs and regular accountants, people who do tax returns, often come across clients. They have huge databases of people who need help. Okay, so let's recap. Step 1 is your mindset, starts with that. Number 2, research your market. Once you've done that, 3, create your database. Number 4 is, now you have a database, contribute to it by giving them regular content. Share what you learn every day or every week with your database. Number 5, meet new people. And we talked about ways you can do that. That was number 6. Number 5 is, educate yourself every week. ProbateMastery.com, ProbateWeekly.com, AllTheLeads.com. And then number 7 is, pick your super niche. You can Google search people in your super niche and meet them and learn about that and share what you learn. Hey, I met a great accountant this week, Bob Smith. He's in, Culver City, and he specializes in this. And if you have questions about him, you can call here. Meeting people in your super niche is great content for people who need those services, and then those people can refer you business back. So in retrospect, I gave you 7 steps for free to go from 0 to, in my experience, this is how I got my first couple deals. No lie. Now, if you want to buy data and cold call on top of that, great. If you want to cold call attorneys and take them out to lunch on top of that, great. But start with this, and that will make those efforts more valuable. The way I think of this is cold calling and buying data is like throwing gas on a fire. You've got to start the fire. There's no substitute for learning how to talk to people. There's no substitute for building a database. Whether you buy data or your own, you have to do that as well. And even with the gasoline of cold calling, If you want to build a long-term business, just like a fire, you have to learn how to build the fire and keep putting wood on it. In a business, you have to learn how to build relationships and market to people you already know rather than just continue to cold call the rest of your career. So I gave you 7 steps to building your business. What do you think? Do you have additional steps I'm missing? Are these all achievable? Am I making it sound too easy? I hope not, because the mindset is this is hard work, but it's worth it in the long run. Let me know what you think. Like this, don't like this, put a comment in the comment section. Subscribe if you like this content. I'm at Bill Gross Probate on social media. As always, make today your best day ever.